to try and engage the system. So now we've got it pushed in, the pin locked in, put the safety pin back in. Again, it's easier doing it by getting down in front of it because we have limited area over here. Now the system is disengaged. When you wake this up, press the red button here, warning screen, you hit accept. Here's your home screen. The ignition is still off. When you press the start button, watch down here, and the information area is going to change, and it's going to tell you if you want to disengage the primaries, which is steering and gas brake, you need to press the icon. If you don't press it in time, these things will engage, and it could be dangerous for trying to drive with the OEM system. So when we press start, we watch down here, press alert key, and then it tells me primaries disengaged, use OEM controls, OEM original equipment manufacturer. Now start it up. Give it a couple of seconds. Everything's getting ready. Always check it. Push it forward, pull it back. If nothing happens, it does not apply the gas brake, you're all set to go. If for some reason you start this up and you test it and it does engage, you need to shut the system down, put it to sleep, start it back up again, and making sure you hit that icon in time. It only gives you about a 5-second window to disengage the primaries. If you were driving this and this was still active and your hand bumped this, you're going to give it gas, even if your foot is on the brake. So it could be very dangerous. It's very important that that's disengaged. Always double check. When it's started up in the disengaged mode, these buttons for the shifter are to be used. The ones on the door will not work. The buttons on the headrest will not work. Digitone is out of the system right now. So you would use, stepping on the brake, you would use these buttons, put it into gear. You can still use the buttons on the door for your windows. The mirrors will not work off the door. You have to go into aux 1, 2, 3 and operate the mirrors from here. Park brake, you have to work from here. Cruise will work from both. Very important, if somebody else is going to drive the vehicle, try to put the vehicle back into AVIT mode for when Jonah gets in it. Make sure whenever the truck is stopped to be parked, steering wheel is straight, whether it was being driven with the EMC system, the AVIT system, or it was driven with the Chevrolet system. Always park wheels straight, shut everything down. That way there, when you go to boot it back up, if you are engaging everything for the EMC AVIT system, everything will be lined up correctly. Shut it down. You just press and hold the stop button. Right here it's telling us the drives are off, the brake light is okay, sleep in 4.5 something seconds. It will go to sleep on its own in 5 minutes. If the brake was being held down, it will not fall asleep. So that's why it's telling you that. If you are stepping on the brake, it'll also light up over here saying brake. So that way there you'll know that the brake lights are on for some reason. You can just let it go, let it fall asleep on its own. If you need to shut it down, press and hold this icon, and the system is asleep. Because of the nature of the Chevrolet system, when you shut it down, the radio screen, certain things stay lit up until you exit the vehicle. It'll time out on its own. Because you're not using that driver's door as it was intended originally, this system will stay lit up for a while. It will shut down and go to sleep on its own. The door, I want to turn around to catch this. The door is for emergency use only. It will open, but again, it's for emergency use only. When this door is open, It's only being held up by this bar right here that the hinges are on. If excessive force was put on this door hinge could get bent. The door will not align anymore. It will not shut correctly. The door should always be shut tight. There's a latch up here that cinches the top also, and that way there is a safety switch. If this door was not shut tight, the safety switch wouldn't be engaged. The slide out portion of this will not work. So again, emergency use only. We've got it labeled. If something were to happen and emergency personnel needed to get in, they just need to open the door, undo the latch, and now they can access the vehicle. Do not use it for egress, just trying to drive the truck, because it will in due time weaken anything over here and destroy it and become very costly. This is the emergency release for the Q-lock. If for some reason the Q-lock will not disengage, again, the vehicle has to be turned off and then the button will work. So if I were to simulate that the chair was in there, the wheelchair or that chair, right now that's locked. I got a little touchpad over here, the green light telling me that it's locked. If I'm hitting this button and for some reason it's not unlocking, emergency cable release, that'll unlock the Q-lock. Now you can leave the vehicle. Switch over here is for up and down and in and out of the platform. It is best if you can have the vehicle running. You can use the remote start, keep the vehicle running. That way there's more power being supplied to everything. When you're bringing the system down, let it come all the way out, platform go all the way down, let it run all the way down. It'll shut off on its own when it gets to the end of its travel. That way when you go to roll off of it, nothing's going to pop up in the air. It'll stay flat on the ground as it is now. Same thing when you bring it in. Hold the switch in the proper direction, it'll come up, go in all the way, and shut itself off when it's in all the way. You don't have to worry about something getting overloaded or anything. I believe that's going to conclude my presentation.